Prince Albert of Monaco managed to keep one of the most intriguing love stories in royal history hidden for years. Behind the glittering facade of palace life, he shared a private 6-year relationship with a former flight attendant, and together they had a son whose very existence would shake the royal family. So, stay tuned as we uncover the twists and turns of a story that changed Monaco's royal family forever. This is Luxe Diaries. Before we continue, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Prince Albert of Monaco grew up in a world of privilege, surrounded by grandeur and the global fame of his parents, Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly. From an early age, the spotlight followed him, and as he grew older, the world watched his every move with fascination. Handsome, charismatic, and from one of Europe's most iconic royal families, he naturally attracted attention wherever he went. With time, he rose to become among the most eligible bachelors in the world over his 20s and 30s. From models and actresses to musicians, the tabloids delighted in tying him to glitzy ladies. His headlines were frequently accompanied by names like Carla Bruni, Kylie Minogue, and Brooke Shields, so presenting a public image of a prince who delighted in the company of the most beautiful and successful women on earth. Whether these ties were actual or merely media conjecture made little difference. The story of the playboy prince had already seized hold. Yet, behind the charm and allure, there was an undeniable weight of expectation. As the only male heir to Monaco's throne, Albert carried the responsibility of continuing his family's legacy. The public often compared him to his mother, Grace Kelly, whose elegance and beauty had set an impossibly high standard for anyone hoping to join the royal family. His future wife wasn't just expected to win Albert's heart, but also to embody the grace, sophistication, and public appeal of Monaco's beloved princess. This pressure made it impossible for Albert to pick a mate, depending just on love. His decision must fit the image of the monarchy and the aspirations of a whole country. Few could have imagined behind the headlines and public appearances, Albert was already heavily engaged in a relationship, one that would remain secret from the world for years, as the world speculated about who would become his princess. Then, in 1997, a single flight changed the course of Prince Albert's personal life. This is when she met Nicole Coste. She was a flight attendant working in first class. And interestingly, she was filling in for a colleague on a flight from Nice to Paris when she met the Prince of Monaco. At the time, Nicole, originally from Togo and living in France, was a diligent single mother of 2. Her confidence and grace naturally set her apart, traits she had developed in her employment dealing with well-known guests. Nicole subsequently said that from their first meeting, they were clearly connected. Not understanding how important that moment would turn out, Albert requested for her phone number on a piece of appropriate stationery from the first-class cabin. Though Albert was royal, Nicole felt entirely at ease talking with him, a confidence she took on to their next meetings. After that first conference, their bond grew stronger. Unaware of how their lives would entwine in the years ahead, Albert asked Nicole to Monaco for a weekend. She accepted. For Nicole, it was not a whirl-around love. She treated the connection carefully, making sure Albert valued her as more than just someone running through his life. Nicole later related how she concentrated on developing a real relationship and even bought him meaningful presents to show her genuineness. Though they kept it totally secret, their friendship developed into something very important for both of them. Behind the scenes, Albert was spending time with Nicole, developing a relationship that stayed secret even to his closest confidants, while he kept his public image and attended public events. Because of the demands of a royal life, this was the start of a love affair that would be both very personal and filled with challenges. Though discreet, their relationship was very intimate. Albert connected with someone outside of the limelight and the constant public expectations imposed upon him. Grounded and confident, Nicole knew the limitations of working with a royal, and the two were able to keep their romance under control away from curious onlookers. The secrecy wasn't simply a choice, it was a necessity. Being a prince, Albert's every action was under constant scrutiny, and the media frequently broke out his personal life into pieces. In Monaco's royal circles, a connection with Nicole, a lady from another background and career, would have drawn questions. Nicole stayed in the background, fully aware of the difficulties surrounding their relationship, while Albert kept doing his public responsibilities and attending well-publicized events. Now, the turning point in Prince Albert and Nicole Coste's relationship came in 2003, when Nicole revealed she was pregnant with Albert's child. Initially, Albert seemed supportive, assuring her he would stand by her decision to keep the baby. However, as the months passed, pressure from the royal court and concerns about public perception began to weigh heavily on him. In August 2003, Nicole gave birth to a son, Alexandre Coste, bringing a new layer of complexity to their hidden romance. While Albert ensured Nicole and Alexandre were financially secure, arranging for them to live in a luxurious villa on the French Riviera, he hesitated to publicly acknowledge his son. The royal court feared that Alexandre's existence might disrupt the principality's carefully guarded legacy, especially since Monaco's laws stipulated that only children born within marriage could inherit the throne. Nicole, however, was determined to secure a place for Alexandre in his father's life. After months of haggling, Albert agreed after she pressed him constantly to get a paternity test. The test verified Nicole's already known knowledge. Alexandre was Albert's son. Nevertheless, Albert decided to keep this aspect of his life hidden from the public, even with indisputable evidence, maybe to save Nicole and Alexandre from the heavy scrutiny that would follow. Unwilling to let her kids stay in the shadows, Nicole decided to handle things herself. Just weeks before Albert's official coronation in 2005, she gave an interview to Paris Match magazine, disclosing Alexandre's name and relationship with the prince. The narrative and pictures of Albert with his son rocked Monaco and the royal family. While Albert publicly acknowledged Alexandre after the coronation, he made it clear that his son would not be in line for the throne due to the principality's succession laws. After that, tensions began to surface between Nicole Coste and Charlene Wittstock, Albert's new partner and future princess. Nicole's presence in Albert's life and her connection through Alexandre created an undeniable friction that became the subject of public speculation and tabloid headlines. Nicole, who had been a significant figure in Albert's life, found herself feeling sidelined as his relationship with Charlene became more prominent. Nicole stayed clear about her emotions in spite of this change. There were even allegations of an incident where, during a visit to the palace, Alexandre was moved to a servant's room in Charlene's absence. This deeply upset Nicole, who viewed the act as disrespectful to her son's status as Albert's child. Though the royal family never addressed this claim directly, it fueled the narrative of tension between Nicole and Charlene. Charlene, meanwhile, was negotiating her own difficulties. Combining the demands of joining Monaco's royal family with Nicole and Alexandre's continued presence in Albert's life took an emotional toll. In interviews, she occasionally made pointed remarks that were seen as critical of Charlene, accusing her of keeping Albert from spending more time with Alexandre. These comments further stirred public interest in the supposed rivalry between the two women. The media often portrayed Nicole as a shadow looming over Charlene's royal life, while Nicole expressed frustration at being excluded from Monaco's social circles. Invitements to gatherings became rare since organizers worried her attendance might cause embarrassing meetings with the royal family. By 2013, Nicole relocated to London, feeling increasingly unwelcome in Monaco's high society. She later described the move as a difficult but necessary step to ensure peace for herself and Alexandre. Nevertheless, the two understood the importance of their different roles in Albert's life. Hence, despite the conflicts, they presented a friendly face. Still, the underlying rivalry endured, each woman standing for a distinct phase of the prince's personal odyssey. While for Charlene, it was about forging her own identity as Monaco's princess among a convoluted and under-scrutiny family dynamic. For Nicole, it was a struggle for her son's proper place. On the other hand, after publicly acknowledging Alexandre, Albert faced the challenge of balancing his role as a father to his son with his duties as Monaco's sovereign and his marriage to Princess Charlene. He ensured that Nicole Coste and Alexandre were provided for, arranging a comfortable life for them. Often enjoying great events discreetly, away from the public view, he kept a friendly and encouraging relationship with his son. Meanwhile, Albert's marriage to Charlene required navigating a different set of challenges. With Charlene stepping into the demanding role of Monaco's princess, the expectations were enormous. Her transition into royal life was often complicated by the lingering presence of Nicole in Albert's life, leading to subtle but undeniable tensions. On the other hand, after years of living in the shadows of royal protocol, Nicole has carved out her own identity, establishing herself as a mother, a designer, and a voice for causes close to her heart. After her relationship with Albert ended, Nicole focused on building a life for herself and Alexandra, ensuring he had every opportunity to thrive. She ventured into fashion, launching her clothing brand in London. Though the brand faced setbacks, including challenges during the pandemic, Nicole's ambitions didn't waver. She shifted her focus to projects in architecture, interior design, and cosmetics, continuing to channel her creativity into new ventures. So now, what do you think? Could the secrets of Prince Albert's hidden love story and his unconventional family shape the future of Monaco's royal legacy in ways no one ever expected? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one.